Now at noon, an apartment fire in Clark County leaves one person dead and almost a dozen others without a home.
At any moment, somebody could just have an accident and your stuff's all gone in an instant as well.
Continuing coverage coming up live from the scene. Plus, an ICE arrest in downtown Portland caught on camera.
Do you have a warrant?
Attorneys for the man say he's an asylum seeker who had just appeared in immigration court before his arrest. Also, Portland City Council gave its stamp of approval on next year's budget, so we're going to let you know what made the cut and what's getting cut. Then later, a line out the door for a bakery operating at the top of its game. We're going to hear from the owners at Jinju Patisserie in North Portland about the turnout on their first day of business after winning a big James Beard Award. Those stories and Rod Hill's incoming weather impact alert all next on KGW News at noon. Our top story here at noon, continuing coverage of a deadly fire in Southwest Washington that killed one person and injured another. It happened overnight at an apartment complex in Hazeldale. KGW's Thomas Schultz has been following this story for us since early this morning. So Thomas, what can you tell us this afternoon?
Well, Drew, all morning long, we've seen grieving families walk past this yellow tape and into the debris of what's left of many of these homes. Now, many are left grappling with what happened. Just past midnight Thursday morning, firefighters responded to a fire at the Ridgecrest Apartments in Hazeldale. Residents say fire alarms were going off when things took a turn for worse.
And that's when I heard the first explosion.
Randy Peterman lives in the apartment complex. After the explosion, Peterman says the fire continued to spread closer to his home.
It makes it kind of eye-opening.
By dawn, the fire was out, displacing at least 10 families permanently. All that remained was debris.
That's the worst part of the whole thing, knowing somebody died in it.
Yeah, I haven't been able to determine whether that person was on the second floor or the first floor. It's pretty much a mess in there right now.
Dave Schmidtke with Clark County Fire says the person who died was found in debris after the second floor of the complex collapsed.
Finally, we were able to cut a hole through the wall of the adjoining apartment, which gave the fire marshal enough access to go in and discover that there was indeed a body in there.
Leaving neighbors like Peterman shocked.
It definitely strikes home that at any moment somebody could just have an accident and your stuff's all gone in an instant as well.
And that's kind of the sentiment of a lot of people out here. We're talking to neighbors along with that gentleman who are just trying to grapple with it a little bit. A lot of them displaced and losing their homes, trying to figure out where to go. Red Cross is also here to help people who have lost their homes find a place where they can stay and start to pick up the pieces once again. Though, Drew, there's still a lot we don't know here, right? We don't know the name or the identity of the person who has died. We also don't know yet how this fire started. That is something that continues to be investigated. Drew.
Thomas, I know that's been a difficult story to cover all morning. Thomas Schultz live for us in Hazeldale. All right, let's turn now to meteorologist Rod Hill in the Weather Center. Rod, you're tracking a system that's going to trigger a weather impact alert starting tomorrow morning, so tell us all about that.
Yeah, this is what we've been tracking all week, a two-day rain event. Confidence is high now that we'll have rain both tomorrow and Saturday. And there are a lot of events, especially in town on Saturday. We have the Juneteenth parade that's going down MLK. That could be steady rain. We have a big sandcastle event in Cannon Beach. That could be caught in the rain. So it's a Friday, Saturday event. We have the KGW weather impact alert up starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning when the first wave of showers come in. It's tough to tell if that's really that wet for tomorrow morning's impact of the rain or not during the commute. But that is when the first showers will arrive. It'll be pretty wet on and off through Saturday afternoon. And tomorrow there is a storm threat with downpours, maybe some thunderstorms and hail. And of course, all this will lead to slowing down and needing some extra time. Just another way to look at what I just said. Friday, scattered showers, hail, thunder. Saturday, this is important. Saturday, steady rain is the timeline up and down much of the Portland area and the Willamette Valley from about 8 in the morning through 3 in the afternoon. Now, if you have plans Saturday evening, it will become much drier. Here's the big low spinning that will be dropping into Oregon, kicking all of this off starting tomorrow morning. Now, for today, it's really nice outside. Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera at noon. Sunshine, 59 degrees, a similar mostly sunny setup over downtown Portland. We are at 66, and I think we're on track for it to be absolutely lovely for the remainder of today. I have us getting up to 74 for high temperature at 4 o'clock. Futurecast Drew will track more specifically the rain pattern the next couple of days coming up in my complete forecast.
All right, thank you for that, Rod. Back to our local news headlines this afternoon. Officers arrested 2 more protesters by the Portland ICE facility near the South Waterfront. Portland police say around 8:30 last night, 22-year-old Eduardo Diaz was seen pointing a powerful laser at federal officers. Diaz was arrested for a misdemeanor. And then, shortly after midnight, 19-year-old Mariana Rivera Loza was arrested for trespassing. Police say she entered a closed area near the trolley tracks by the ICE facility. Throughout recent protests, though, police have reiterated that just because someone is arrested during tense moments, it doesn't necessarily mean they'll be charged with a crime. ICE agents also detained an asylum seeker in downtown Portland yesterday, and a witness caught it on camera. Court documents say this happened right after the man left immigration court. A woman who works downtown recorded this video and shared it with us. It shows ICE agents stopping the man a few blocks from the federal building. His attorney says agents threatened to break his car window, but she says that her client got out of the car willingly. He's from Colombia, filed for asylum last year, and has no criminal record. ICE says he was arrested under, quote, enforcement priorities. His attorney also told us that she's not sure if the man is still in Portland. She says she tried to visit him at the South Waterfront ICE facility, but was told that it was closed yesterday because of protesters. She filed a petition to keep him in Oregon and speed up his case. We reached out to ICE about this case and are waiting to hear back. Also caught on camera, 2 people who appear to be stuffing merchandise into their pockets at a Northwest Portland Lululemon store. The DA's office charged the pair and says they're connected with an organized theft ring that's been operating in the area for years. According to court documents, this store was hit multiple times between February and May with thousands of dollars in merchandise stolen. Portland police arrested 33-year-old Markeisha Magruder and 28-year-old Alexis Jackson last Wednesday. Magruder allegedly stole from this Lululemon store 4 times already this year, making off with over 130 items totaling more than $15,000. During last week's arrest, officers found about 25 stolen items. The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office tells us that Magruder and Jackson are connected to a large retail theft ring that's been operating in the area for about 10 years.
People that are looking in a very organized, methodical way to steal and then turn that into a criminal profit. We're really looking to be as aggressive and active as we can in this space.
The DA's office tells us Dick's Sporting Goods and Old Navy stores were also prime targets for these suspects. The crime ring is believed to include roughly 15 people altogether. Portland City Council gave its final stamp of approval to next year's budget. The approval followed weeks of debate that included more than 100 amendments from councilors and a $150 million funding gap. The final budget includes some added fees and additional costs for things like rideshare services, using city-owned golf courses, and parking downtown. The budget also allocates money for 8 shelter sites that the city says will serve more than 800 homeless people. And it also expands Portland's tree response by adding positions and more hours. But the new budget also means some city workers will lose their jobs, although the exact number is still being worked out.
I'm sorry to those whose jobs we couldn't save. I do want to point out we achieved a lot of really important things. We invested in parks maintenance and safety, invested in emergency management, and reversed many of the years of cuts.
Funding for Portland police was a major sticking point throughout the budget process. In the end, councilors agreed to use roughly $2 million from the police budget to pay for recruitment for all public safety agencies, including the Police Bureau. 16 days. That's how long Travis Decker has been on the run. He's the Washington father accused of killing his 3 daughters near Leavenworth in central Washington. Law enforcement continues to work around the clock to find him. In an exclusive interview, local sheriff Mike Morrison opened up about the emotional weight of this case. Bridget Chavez, with her sister station in Seattle, has that story.
Sheriff Mike Morrison says this case is unlike any he's faced before. In our exclusive interview, he reveals new evidence, a possible escape route, and why this manhunt has become personal. A community shaken, a county on edge, and a sheriff carrying the weight of it all.
Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia, I mean, their deaths, it's hit us. It's hit us hard.
It's been nearly 3 weeks since the Decker girls were found dead at a campsite near Leavenworth.
Having 3 kids myself, it certainly resonates with you. And I'm going on 20 years here in my profession, and I don't think I've ever had a case that has actually ever like pulled on my emotional heartstrings, but you feel it.
The girls' father, Travis Decker, is accused of killing them, then disappearing into Washington's backcountry.
At this point, I couldn't see a lot of things that would motivate him to want to live. I mean, his daughters are gone. He no longer has the life that he wanted to have.
Investigators are chasing leads across steep, remote terrain, from the Enchantments to Ingalls Creek off Highway 97, and now the Teanaway Trail near Cleellum, tracking every tip, no matter how small.
Well, one call we just got was that we saw that chicken coop had eggs taken out of it. So of course they were wondering like, hey, who would have come in and taken our eggs? So we want to follow up on that too, because we understand that could be a food source for somebody.
While the U.S. Marshals now lead the manhunt, the sheriff's office is handling the homicide investigation, piecing together evidence and working with FBI behavioral experts to understand what led to this.
Trying to get a better understanding of how he thinks, what stuff might be going on in his personal life that might have motivated some of this, and overall just like what his thought process might look like, what his end game might look like.
Amid this relentless search, the sheriff isn't mincing words.
I don't think anyone likes him. I don't think anyone wants him to come back into society. I certainly feel like he's done a disservice to himself and has just done an evil act. And I would want him to step forward and take accountability for it.
Until then, Morrison says they will keep searching, and their commitment to justice for the Decker girls won't end.
Their deaths could not just go unaccounted for and just to be ignored.
He says Decker can keep running, but believes his days are numbered.
We're not going to go away. We don't time out. His charges aren't going to time out. So if he wants to live the rest of his life looking over his shoulder, we'll be there.